Good evening, everyone. I said that to someone earlier as I was walking in the neighborhood. And he looked at me and he said, "Nothing is good, Congresswoman." And I felt that this morning when I woke up. I saw the news. One of my staffers sent me. And as I do with any gun violence, I forward it to my eldest daughter, who's been particularly active in ending gun violence in our country. And she quickly ran into my room and she said, "Mom, did you know the kids were praying when they got shot at?" And we both just stood there. And that hit hard because you hear politicians, when tragedies like this take place, call for prayer. Because we all understand the power of prayer to heal, to comfort, to uplift. But the kids were praying when they were assassinated. So what does that tell us? That tells us that there is something fundamentally broken in our society. There is something fundamentally broken. And as my brother Keith Ellison said, we don't get to have thoughts without taking action. We don't get to pray without uplifting others. And it is important as this community comes together that we do, yes, pray for the families that have lost their precious angels this morning. And yes, we pray for the families that are currently in the hospital, wishing and praying for recovery. But we also, as the principal said, pray and walk, because that calls us to take action, to end the thing that continuously makes this country unique in being able to mourn the death of their children and carry on as if nothing has happened or as if there is nothing that they can do. Many nations around the country have been visited with this tragedy, but they recognized that they had a power to change in order to make sure that that tragedy wouldn't visit their communities again. What makes us so helpless? How can we call ourselves great as a nation if we cannot protect the most precious, which is our children, our future? On the anniversary of Columbine, when my daughter led a school walkout, she visited me as a state legislator. And she said, "Mom, you were in high school when Columbine happened. If you guys did something, we wouldn't have to have a walkout nearly 20 years later." And so it is up to us to make sure this tragedy does not visit any other community in this country ever. And we do that by reminding folks that you can change whatever laws that you want in Minneapolis. You can change whatever the laws that you want in Minnesota. But if we do not change the laws of these United States of America, none of our kids are going to be safe. Because Minnesota is not a country. Minnesota is part of a union. The people who have access to guns around this country are our neighbors. They don't get to have a passport and come in here. They can just drive. So this fallacy that we make ourselves believe that because we live in this great Minnesota, that we are protected is a fallacy. because it is going to take national protection for all of our kids in these United States to be protected. And I am committed, so as everyone you heard from, in pushing for that on a national level. But I hope that commitment gets to be shared by the other leaders in our nation. A commitment that they are going to love our children more than they love their guns. That it is important that we are free from the violence of guns in this country. And that we are free to see our children become adults and raise their children, because we owe it to them as the adults who made it from children. So thank you.